Do you ever feel like you're just drifting? Like you're walking through life in a fucking fog, watching the world move by, but never really moving with it? There's this whisper in the back of your mind, this nagging feeling that there should be more. But you have no idea what more even looks like. Most of you watching this, you don't know. And you're dying because of it. I need to tell you something. Something that's going to fuck with your head. We live in a world that's given us everything, and yet nothing. We have more information than any generation in the history, yet we've never been more lost, more connected, yet more alone, more entertained, yet more empty. We've been sold a lie that happiness is a destination, that purpose is a job title, that meaning comes from accumulating likes, followers, degrees. But here's what I learned when my world fell apart. Sitting in my balcony at 2 a.m., staring at that empty street ahead, I had been living someone else's script, working someone else's dream, chasing someone else's definition of success. And the most terrifying part, I had no idea what my script even looked like. Not even close. But that night, broken and desperate, I found something that absolutely shattered my world. Friedrich Nietzsche wrote one sentence that became my fucking GPS out of hell. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Read that again. Not he who has perfect circumstances, not he who has all the answers, not he who never fucking fails. He who has a why. I used to think that that was just a fucking philosophy bullshit. Up until that moment, I had been idea rich, but action poor. I'd say one day I'll start, but never actually start. I spend more time planning to plan than actually fucking doing anything. You know what's killing you right now? It's not the lack of opportunities. It's not your circumstances. Hell, it's not even your bank account. It's the fact that you're living someone else's definition of success. And you fucking know it. Your parents want you to be stable. Society wants you to be profitable. Your friends want you to be convenient. But nobody, nobody,
Nobody
does it better.
nobody is asking what do you want. Nobody is asking what makes you feel alive. You guys know Oprah? She was fired for being too emotionally involved. Einstein was told he would never amount to anything. That guy, the guy who discovered the theory of relativity, was told he would never be able to amount to anything. Michael Jordan was cut off from his high school team when he was in his sophomore years. You see the pattern? How crazy that is? Your pain isn't your punishment. It's preparation. Your struggles aren't roadblocks. They're raw fucking material. And I get it. I totally get it. Some of you might be thinking, but I've screwed up too many times. I've made mistakes that can't be undone. What if I told you your biggest failures, your deepest wounds, your most painful experiences, what if those aren't your disqualifications? What if they are your goddamn credentials? What if? Trust me on this. The world doesn't need another perfect person. It needs someone who's been through hell and yet decided to become the guide for others who are like still lost in the darkness. And hi, it's me. I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm in the search of my why. I can't say I've like perfectly found it, but I think I'm close to it. I'm getting closer to it. I for sure believe like I'm getting closer and closer to it. Your why lives in your rage. Your why lives in your wounds. It lives in the problems you can't stop obsessing over. That fear you feel right now, like thinking about what you really want. That tightness in your chest when you imagine like you're actually going for it. That's not your enemy. That's your fucking GPS. So, how do you even find this why? It's not a lightning bolt moment. for anybody. It's the archaeology of the soul itself. First, pay attention to what breaks your heart. What problems keep you awake at night? What makes you want to punch through the wall? Here's a secret that they don't want you to know. And trust me, you don't find your why by meditating on a fucking mountain. You find it by moving towards what calls to you. Especially when everyone thinks you're insane for going through this. Stop asking, what's my passion? That's the wrong fucking question. Start asking, what breaks my heart? What makes me lose track of time? What would I change about this world if I had like superhuman powers? Ask yourself these questions. And here's what nobody tells you about finding your why. It's not pretty. It's not Instagram worthy. It's messy, it's confusing, and it'll make you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. But here's what happens when you actually start. The universe starts conspiring in your favor. Opportunities appear, the right person appears, and the resources materialize out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Walt Disney said the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. How simple is that? Just quit talking and begin doing. That's it. Easy as that. I know it's easier said than done, but I can't put it more simpler than that. You don't need permissions. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to see the whole fucking staircase. You just need to take that first step. That first step. That's the hardest step that you will ever take. Just finding a why isn't enough. You have to do something with it. You have to let it change how you talk, how you walk, and how you show up to your own life. When you find your why, even a glimpse of it, everything changes. The same challenges that once paralyzed you now become a puzzle to solve. That's it. Easy as that. The same obstacles that stopped you from starting now becomes the mountains for you to climb. The same fear that once controlled you now becomes a fuel that propels you. You develop what I call purpose immunity. Criticism bounces off. Setbacks become setups. Failures become data. When you have a why, a real, bone deep, your unshakable why, those obstacles just become like a stepping stone. And here's a beautiful paradox. The moment you stop living for yourself and start living for something bigger than yourself, that's when you finally become yourself. Listen to me very carefully, because this might be the most important thing that anyone ever tells you. You don't have forever. Period. You have approximately 30,000 days if you're lucky enough. And some of you might have already used half or even more. Every day you wait is a day someone else doesn't get the gift you were meant to give them. Every day you stay small is a day the world gets a little darker. Somewhere out there, someone is waiting for what you have to offer. They're hoping someone like you will show up. They need your story, your unique perspective. Don't rob them off of that gift just because you're too afraid, too comfortable, or too convinced you're not fucking ready. So, here's what I need from you. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what would I attempt if I knew I wouldn't fail? What would you do if there were absolutely no barriers and you could just flow through it so easily? What would you do? Feel that answer in your body, that little spark, that whisper of possibility. That's not just a dream. That's your soul trying to communicate with your brain. That's your why knocking at the door. Open the fucking door. Take one action today. Not a perfect action, not a big action, just one authentic action towards that vision. Because the world isn't waiting for people who are like already perfect. It's waiting for people who have already stopped existing and started living. Remember, he who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. Your time is now, your moment is here, your why is waiting. I believe in you, now prove me right. And if you've made it this far, congratulations on your first step towards finding your why. This actually took me a lot of time and effort to make, so I'll be very grateful if you guys would just subscribe to the channel. Like, it took me many shots, many takes. I'll be grateful if you guys could just subscribe and leave a like, so I know you guys resonate with this, and so I could just post more content like this. And just honestly, let me know in the comments, what did I do wrong, if I missed something, or if I did hit the spot right in the fields. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'm watching from afar and I'm rooting for you. Go, get your why, get that win. I believe in you. Bye.